Ong-Webb is a research fellow at the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies, and he joins us live now. Thank you for your time. Firstly, we are getting confirmation that the CIA Director Mike Pompeo did in fact travel to Pyongyang to meet Kim Jong-un. How significant is this? Is this a sign that this meeting between the US and North Korean leaders is imminent?
Certainly. I think it's a fair signal to read from that things are going on track. I'm presuming that the information about Mike Pompeo's visit to Pyongyang was intentional, that the media was to catch this piece of news and to report it. And it, to me, in my assessment, reflects that I think Mr. Pompeo has gotten the information he needed, and what is being communicated right now is that things are progressing towards the culmination of a meeting between President Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un, possibly in May or June.
But of course, the other significant meeting that's due to take place before the US-North Korea summit is the InterKorean meeting between North and South Korea due at the end of the month. What can we expect from that?
Well, several things. I mean, we're looking at several months' worth of progress since North Korea decided to participate in the Winter Olympics back in January, February. One can expect one of the highlights of this meeting coming up on the 27th is the working out of a end of the war, of hostilities between the two sides since 1953. And that would be a good thing, because right now, technically, both North and South Korea are in a state of war, even though there is a standing truce between both sides. But that's still not good enough. I mean, having, in official terms, the end of hostilities is going to be a real game changer in terms of how everyone's going to see the situation. There is no reason whatsoever for North Korea going forward to have any excuse to say that hostile ambitions are being undertaken against the DPRK, because on paper, in official terms, there's no pretext for an ongoing conflict, and therefore should be an important stepping stone towards working out the other necessary issues, such as denuclearization, which is going to be a key talking point between President Trump and Kim Jong-un in May or June.
And of course, the biggest issue expected to be discussed at both of these summits is curbing North Korea's nuclear ambitions. How serious do you think is Pyongyang about giving up its nuclear arms?
Well, this is where we're going to get into very muddy waters between North Korea in the East and the US. I think right now both sides are on different pages when it comes to what does denuclearization mean. I think it has a different meaning for the Trump administration as it does with the Kim Jong-un's administration. I think the discussions in the run-up to the summit has to work out some of those differences so that when they meet in May or June, that there is a basis for them to work on and to come to some sort of agreement on how best to curb North Korea's nuclear ambitions in a manner that creates more confidence and security among regional stakeholders, South Korea, Japan, and the US. I mean, right now, as most experts would agree with me, it stands against North Korea's interest to give up its nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un has learned from history. He understands how giving up his nuclear card could lead to his demise, essentially, or regime change. He's learned from the case of Libya. He's learned from the case of Iraq, and I think he seeks to avoid a similar episode to his leadership and presidency. So right now, this is going to be the main sticking point. But my reading from Mr. Pompeo's visit is that I think there is room to believe that the North Koreans do want to work very seriously with all stakeholders, including the Trump administration, towards some sort of compromise. And I think this is a good thing.
Yeah, so very interesting stuff. Thank you so much, Ong-Webb, for your insights, as always.